Hi, my name is Jim Wagner with the Costa Mesa Police Department, located in Southern California. The fact that you're watching this videotape means that you're interested in a career in law enforcement. And why not? It's a profession that will challenge you like no other. No matter which agency or department that you're interested in applying for, the competition is fierce. Only a very small percentage of people who strive to get into this career will actually obtain a badge. For every one job opening out there in law enforcement, an average of 100 people will apply for it. That's why I've created this video to give you a competitive edge. I will take you step by step through every process that you will face, from application to acceptance into the academy. And I'll take you and let you know how to line up your ducks all in a row, so to speak, to make you more of an attractive candidate to those who will be hiring you. In addition, this tape contains over 30 interviews with various law enforcement officers from dozens of agencies, military personnel, and relevant civilians who will get you pointers on how to get into this career. I just took my handheld video camera out into the field with me from time to time and on various training exercises, and I stopped officers and other people and did on-the-spot interviews with them. These are people who have the information that you need. This tape is an invaluable source to those who it will help land jobs in law enforcement, but it will also keep you from spinning your wheels, wasting time and money if you're not qualified for this career. No matter what part of the country you're in or what branch of law enforcement you're seeking, this tape will help you. So now let's get started. Generally, most law enforcement agencies throughout the United States have the same minimum hiring qualifications. Although not all-inclusive, here are the most common. You must be a United States citizen or a permanent resident alien who is eligible and has applied for citizenship. You must be 21 years or older. However, some agencies hire as early as 20 years old. You must possess a high school diploma or its equivalent. Many agencies even strongly recommend completion of 60 college semester units or more. You must have a valid state driver's license. You cannot have any felony convictions. Your weight must be proportional to your height. In other words, obesity would probably be a disqualifier. You must be in good physical condition. You must be able to run, jump, climb, resist combative subjects, lift, carry, drag, pull or push heavy weights. You must have each eye correctable to 20/20. Some agencies require a minimum uncorrected vision of 20/80 in each eye, while others require 20/40. You must have normal hearing acuity and no hearing impairments. The first step you need to take is to see who's hiring. The classified ad section of your local newspaper will often have the listings under the heading Police or Law Enforcement. A more proactive approach is to visit the City Hall in the cities that you are interested in working for, or the federal offices if federal law enforcement is your goal. Do not go directly to the police department, but rather go to the personnel department in City Hall. The personnel department usually posts all of the jobs currently available in the city. This includes law enforcement positions. In addition, you will also find job flyers from other cities and jurisdictions as well. Thumb through the flyers and write down the information on those jobs that interest you. Even if the city is not hiring for law enforcement positions at the time you inquire, you can still fill out an interest card, and they'll send you a notice if a job opening comes up. Now, here's some advice from law enforcement officers on the application process.
Hey, I'm Dave Snowden, the Chief of Police at Costa Mesa. I'm going to give you a little insight on what I think is valuable for you to become a police officer, either for Costa Mesa or for some other agency. First of all, you need to lead a clean life. You need to study hard, and it would be my strong advice to you to get a well-rounded backup of experience in other jobs, ranging from being a dishwasher to a gas station attendant to a salesperson to anything you can, so that your entire life isn't wrapped up in law enforcement or being a security guard someplace, or a loss prevention specialist at a department store. It's better to have a broad perspective, because those are the people you're going to be dealing with for the most part. People from the community, people that have all kinds of jobs. The better understanding that you have of where they're coming from, the better job you're going to do on the street. You got to be honest. First and foremost and above all, you have to be honest with yourself and with the people you deal with. Don't do drugs. It's easy to just for me to tell you, but just say no. Start now. Don't do alcohol if you can get away with it. If you're forced to do that in a social environment, that's your prerogative. My advice would be to kind of leave that out of your agenda. I would also tell you that you need an education. And an education means not necessarily going to a criminal justice program that you might hear from others, but my advice would be to you to learn about government, to learn about business, to learn about psychology, to learn all of those courses you possibly can that will help you as tools later on as a police officer. Become well-rounded. I guess what I'm trying to tell you is the more you know about the people you'll serve, the better you'll serve them. The more that you can be honest in your everyday dealings with life, the better morale that you're going to have on the department. You're going to be happier, and the better morals you're going to have in dealing with those that you work with and those that you serve. Other than that, study hard, think hard, and get some experience behind you.
Okay, my name is Dave Dallaire. I'm with the U.S. Marshals Special Operations Group. We're out here in Camp Pendleton today training some different agencies on CQB with Chuck Habermill. But what I want to talk about today is as far as getting involved and getting in law enforcement. As far as the federal government's concerned and U.S. Marshals, a lot of advice I give people is that, especially if they're coming right out of school, is don't target just one group. If you want to eventually get onto the U.S. Marshals and we're not hiring that year, or it's just a situation where you're not as marketable, go out. You can get involved in a local team or a local law enforcement agency and get the training, get the experience, so when the time comes, you're not just sitting back and you haven't had anything to add to your package. The package is the most important thing. They're going to look at the whole package. What have you done? Anything right along. Anytime you can work with management, anything you can get as far as firearms training is going to make you look better in the long run. So that's what I suggest, is don't waste your time. Target a group. You really want to be in the Marshals, you really want to be in the FBI. You can't get on right now. Go out and get some experience, get some streetwise experience with maybe a local outfit. And who knows, you might like them and you might stay with them and never go fed. But just don't waste your time.
My name is Jean Gagnon. I'm a commander with North Las Vegas Detention Department. One of the most, what helped me the most when I was applying for any kind of department, I made it an issue of finding out information specifically related to the department, the size of the city, the name of the police chief, the name of the mayor, the deputy city manager, the city manager, and so forth. And I basically went out and gathered information, and I expressed a specific interest in that department. And I feel that the interviewers at that time really looked at this positively, seeing that I went out of my way to find out a little bit more about the city and the police department that I was applying for, and they saw this as a personal note rather than being just specifically related in general terms, like fielding your application to several departments in the area. They look at this as something that you actually really want to work for their department, and that's what helped me the most.
My name is Glenn Crowther. I'm with the LA County Sheriff's Department, and I've been on the department about 2.5 years now. One of the things that I would give, advice I would give to prospective law enforcement people would be to persevere in trying to get hired. A lot of times now it's hard to get hired by department because it's so popular. It's something that's hard to get into, at least in Southern California. And I would just say keep trying, keep applying, try to work out, and just keep trying. Apply as much as you can, and I think eventually you'll get into law enforcement, and it's a great job.
Any law enforcement agency you apply at will have to take a written exam. This test is more common sense than anything else, but there are many questions which are law enforcement related. It is very important that you not only pass the test, but receive high marks on it. Failing to adequately pass the test will result in your disqualification. Therefore, I suggest you do what millions before you have done. Go down to your local bookstore and go to the reference section. There, you will find a series of books, usually large paperback books, on exams for a variety of trades and professions. Look up police exams, federal agency exams, or military exams depending on the route you plan to take. It is a good idea to purchase a couple of the best ones. The police exam books are either geared towards West Coast law enforcement or the East Coast. Make sure you select a proper region. Usually the city the author works for or had worked for is clearly stated. Unfortunately, there's not a whole lot of material out there, other than on written exams, that prepares you for the other areas you will be tested in, such as the oral board, background check, and so on. That's why I created Becoming a Cop, to provide you with more than what's currently out on the market.